What's going on, everybody? Y'all know what this is. Conversation in the dark. I'm going to share this with you guys real quick because this helped me. I was reading in John chapter 4, and this guy came and asked the Lord to heal his son because he was sick, and he said, if you don't heal him, he's going to die. And the Lord said, well, is that the only way that you're going to believe that I'm real? And he didn't even really give the man time to respond. He said, go home, your son will be healed, or your son is healed. Now the man was on his way home. And on his way home, some people saw him and they ran up to him and they said, hey, your son is better. His fever is gone. He's healed. And the man responded and said, when did this happen? And this is the part, this is where it started to get good to me. And the people said, yesterday around 12 o'clock. And the Bible says the man had a thought, and the thought came to him, and he said to himself, that was around the time that I asked the Lord to heal my son. And the Lord spoke to me and he said, just because you can't see it doesn't mean I haven't already done it. He spoke to me and he said, you just are going through the journey, but I've already made it happen. And then once I read that story, I went back and I read it again because now my mind started to have this illustration in my head. And I thought that makes sense because back in those days, I'm sure they had to walk. So then I began to process that even though the Lord told him that go home, your son will be healed. I'm sure he still worried along the way, thought about his son along the way, said, Lord, I really hope he's going to be okay. God, I'm trusting you. Here's why I know he was still thinking that, because of his response to the people. When the people told him his son was okay, he said, when? He didn't say, I already knew because I had an encounter with God. He said, when? Which that confirmed to me that he still wasn't 100% sold. He still kind of was going through those emotions. And the Lord said to me, he said, this is what he said to me in part 2. He said, I love you so much that I'm not going to let you get to the very end to show you I've already done it. He said, because what you think is the end, I don't see that as the end. So sometimes we're waiting for this ending point. We're waiting for this. Okay, when I finally get there, when I finally arrive, when I stop hurting, when I stop being confused, when I stop da-da-da. The Lord is saying, you can't tell me what I think the ending point is. Because the man had not actually seen his son before he got the news. And so I want to encourage you that whatever you're feeling, whatever you're thinking, however you're processing it, God has already done it. And watch this. Before you even get to where you think is the end, he's going to give you the good news. Because a lot of us say things like this. I can't wait till this is over. I can't wait to be done with this. I can't wait till I find a new job. I can't wait to stop thinking about this. I can't wait to stop feeling this way. We just can't wait. Right? But here's where I want to encourage you. That where you think you have to wait and where you think you have this mindset of, if I stop feeling this way, that's how I'm going to know it's over. If I stop thinking about this, that's when I'm going to know it's done. That's when I'm going to realize I'm healed. When the doctor finally tell me everything is clear, that's when I'm going to realize I don't have the pain anymore. I don't have to suffer. But what you don't realize is God has already went before you. And what you think you're waiting on, God has already done it. So on your journey, don't keep rehearsing what the doctor report says, how you waiting on what the information to come back. You waiting. Already see yourself better, healed, whole, set free, full of joy, full of peace. The Bible declares, speak those things as though they were. Declare those things as though they were. And you know why I love that? Because he's saying you speaking of something that you can't even see is possible or can be done. It doesn't say see the situation Wait till it's done and then speak about it. It says, speak those things as though they were. Be encouraged. Know that God has already went before you. Know that he's already talked to you about it. Know that he's already said that you're already healed. It's already all right. It's already okay. You're going to already be okay. You're going to already feel the joy. You're going to feel the peace. Dry those eyes. Don't let the devil tell you that you waiting for this final word. You waiting for this. Don't let the devil make you think you're waiting for this moment, because in God ain't no moment. He is the moment. The man got the news before he could even lay eyes on his son to see it for himself. And as I said, I can only imagine what he was thinking, having to, obviously it took him a day, because they said this happened yesterday. So to you, your yesterday may feel like a couple of weeks. Your yesterday can feel like a couple of months. Your yesterday can feel like a couple of days. Your yesterday can feel like a couple of years. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to grab hold to a different process and say, even though I feel like this is too long, I feel like I've been carrying this too long, I want you to just be encouraged and say, you know what? I'm getting ready to stop. I'm not going to think about the time. I'm not going to think about the heaviness. I'm not going to focus on the burden, because the Bible also says, cast your cares upon him. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cast my cares. I'm going to believe what he said. I made a request. I told him to heal me. I told him to fix it. I told him to change it. I told him to bless me. I told him to let me see the miracle. But after you made the request, don't go along the journey thinking that it's not going to happen. Go along the journey thinking that it has already been done, and watch God give you the news before you think it's time. Be encouraged, y'all. Because even though you think he hasn't done it, understand this. He's already done it. Change your perception, change your thoughts, work on changing your emotions, keep getting that word. If you got to play this over and over and over again every day, do what you got to do to serve the devil notice. Hey, I'm not getting ready to believe what it feels like, what it looks like, what it smells like, what it tastes like, whatever it may be, what you facing. Because see, what the devil don't know is God has already went ahead. He already sent the word. He already sent the command. He already sent the angels. You just going along the journey. You know how people say, I already know what's going to happen. I'm just going along with the motion. But see, you go along with the motion with courage and with strength and with joy and with peace. Don't get weary in well-doing. You've already prayed to God. You've asked him. Rest and know that he's already done it. I love y'all. We'll talk soon.